So about 2 years ago, my friend got me into roasting my own coffee beans. He said it's so easy. You take the green coffee beans, you roast them. He did it on the grill, and so I started doing it on the grill as well, and I've really liked the results to make a smoked flavored coffee. I've got a wood-fired Traeger grill, and we've got our green coffee beans, and these are all organic, so they're super good. So yeah, we have our green coffee beans, and we just use a cast iron skillet inside of our grill to be able to put our beans on and roast it. Some people use a basket. I don't have that. I just have the cast iron skillet. So let's see how we roast our coffee beans and smoke them also. So first we set our grill to 450 degrees and we'll get it started. Alright, we've got our wood pellets so we can get that real wood smoke flavor infused into our coffee. If you've wondered where coffee comes from, here's a young coffee tree. So this is a small tree still. They get about 6 to 8 feet. This still has berries on it. You'll see when they get red, that means they're ready to pick. Let's pick one and look inside. Inside, when you squeeze the berry, there is your coffee bean. Right there. You let that dry out, and then once it dries, then it's ready to be able to be roasted. And the berries, you can eat them. They're kind of a sweet taste. Some people even have tried to make wine out of them. Alright, well, we're about up to temperature here, so it's time to add our green coffee. So let's check it out. Alright, so we're going to just add our beans right on top of our cast iron. Now, you don't want it too thick. About 5 inches roast. Alright. Close it, and then we wait, and we'll use our spatula that we have to be able to stir them. We want to kind of keep rotating them. Normally when people do this, they would have a basket that rotates like a drum. We don't have that, so we have to just make sure we watch them as they start turning color, and they hit first crack and second crack, and then we'll kind of turn them accordingly. So let's see how we'll do that. Alright, well, it's been about 5 minutes that we've had them on there, so let's kind of check. Sometimes they start off a little bit slower, but let's just check and see how they're coming. Starting to brown a little bit around the edges. Yeah, you can see some of the ones on the bottom are getting a little bit darker. Check back again in a few minutes. It's been about 20 minutes and they're getting pretty close now, so I'll probably take them off here in just a minute. Now I use a metal colander just for pasta. Any type colander will work as long as it's metal. And I scoop the beans off as quickly as possible, and then you want to cool them. So I usually kind of keep them moving here, keeping them in the air or even by a fan to be able to help to bring the temp of the beans down quickly. So I think we're getting ready to take them off. That's about the roast that we're looking for. So let's get those beans off. Oh, we got all our coffee beans off. We can still see they're pretty warm. Now basically we want to get the chaff off of them. So on the colander you can see it just falls right through out the bottom as you shake it. So we'll just do this for a few minutes and get all that chaff, and that helps to cool them as well. Alright, and there we have our roasted coffee. Now the chaff that came off of it, a lot of chaff comes off and it just blows away with the breeze. So the great thing about making your own coffee is, there's so many different varieties. This is your creation. So on the temperature of roast, the time of the roast, the cool down, there's all these different varieties that will ultimately change the flavor of the coffee. I like kind of a medium to dark roast, somewhere in that range. Now, just with the wood fire grill, we will get a little bit of that wood flavor, that wood smoke flavor in this coffee. But maybe what we'll do is we'll take out maybe half and half, and we could smoke it even a little bit longer. Now, for those of you that like that smoky flavor, the Scotch fans out there, by doing that to the coffee, you definitely get that little bit of a smoky aftertaste when you drink your coffee. So I think it's really nice. So let's let the grill cool down, then we'll fire it back up again to do a little bit of smoking on some of these beans. Well, we've got our coffee separated out. We did about half and half roughly, and man, it looks good. It smells good too. Can't wait to have me some of that in a little bit. So I took the cast iron off. Yeah, I'm just going to do it in the colander because it's slotted. The smoke can be able to travel through it, and we can just set the colander right in there. We'll turn it at 165 on the super smoke setting. That's the lowest this will go, is 165, and we'll let that smoke for maybe like 20 minutes. We're coming up in about 25 minutes, so I think we'll call that good for the smoking process. That's all there is to it, to be able to roast your own green coffee beans. So we've got our smoked beans just cooling down here, some of the regular beans. I just brewed up a cup and it's really good. I've been getting my beans from this company now for probably around a year, and I've tried quite a few of their different beans that they offer from different countries. These were from Honduras. And I've really been happy with the quality of roast that they do and the flavor that the Honduras beans have. It's one of my favorites, but there's a few others too that I like. But to put a comment below, if there's a certain coffee bean from a certain location that you like, or maybe a certain way of roasting that you like, that's work good for you. But with roasting this way, you can really make it your own. There's so many different things you can try each time you roast your beans. It doesn't really take that long. This whole process, we spent around 20-25 minutes in total. And now we've got fresh coffee, and that'll stay really fresh for at least 7 days. It'll stay really fresh for. So yeah, even up to, I still think even after 14 days, 2 weeks, that it still stays pretty fresh. I usually roast enough to be able to last around 2 weeks. And that way, if you don't have as much time to be roasting, you can enjoy your fresh coffee still. So thanks for joining us on our roasting adventure today, and we'll see you next time.